Hey everyone, and welcome. School break is right around the corner, and I know that feeling. You're getting ready, the countdown is on, and you are so ready for a break. So you're probably deep in planning mode, right? Figuring out that perfect escape. Whether you're hitting the beach, visiting some family, or maybe just kicking back at home, you are looking forward to disconnecting. And you totally should be. But while you're planning that perfect trip, there's something else we've got to talk about. It's a bit of a reality check, but it's super important. While we're all dreaming about our vacations, cybercriminals are dreaming too. They see school breaks as this golden opportunity. Why? Because they know we're distracted, we're traveling, and we're connecting to all sorts of strange new Wi-Fi networks. So, what's the big deal, really? Well, think about it. When we're in vacation mode, our digital guard just completely drops. We're so excited to use that free airport Wi Fi, we're not thinking that someone on that exact same network could be trying to snatch our passwords. We're not on the school's safe, secure network anymore, and that's exactly what these criminals are counting on. They actually increase their attacks during breaks, just waiting to catch us off guard and grab our sensitive info. And what are they after? Well, the big prize is something called PII. That stands for Personally Identifiable Information. Basically, it's any little digital breadcrumb that can lead right back to a specific person. We're talking a student's name, their school ID number, maybe even your home address. To a cybercriminal, that stuff is absolute gold. Okay, now let's talk about a super modern threat that's kind of hiding in plain sight. In fact, I bet a lot of us have probably used one of these already. I'm talking about those really fun AI photo apps you see popping up all over social media. They seem harmless, right? Well, they can have a pretty serious hidden cost. You know the ones I'm talking about. They promise to turn your vacation selfies into these incredible avatars or make you look like a movie character. You just upload a couple of photos and boom, a minute later you get back these amazing pictures to share. It honestly seems like magic. But what's happening on the back end? That's what we need to worry about. So this quote brings up a term, biometric data. It sounds super technical, but it's really not. Just think of it like a digital fingerprint, but for your face. It's a one-of-a-kind map of all your facial features. Your face is basically a password that you can never, ever change. And when you upload your photo to one of these apps that you haven't really checked out, you could be handing over that unchangeable password for good. So what does losing control actually mean? Well, it means that unique map of your face can be saved forever. It can be sold to data brokers or other companies, and you'd never even know. Your face could be used to train facial recognition AIs, or even worse, to create really convincing fake videos of you or your kids. And in the fine print, you often give up your right to be forgotten, which means you can't ask them to delete it. A few seconds of fun can have some really permanent consequences. Okay, let's switch gears from apps to something we all do, sharing our vacation online. We love to show our friends and family what we're up to, but when you share is what really matters. This is where we need to talk about adopting a post-later policy. This right here explains it perfectly. When you post that awesome beach photo in real time, you're not just sharing a fun moment. You are essentially putting a giant digital vacancy sign on your front lawn that tells the whole world, hey, nobody's home right now. It's an open invitation not just for online threats, but for physical ones too. Let's just look at this side by side. On one hand, posting in real time, you're broadcasting your location, you're creating physical risk, you're telling everyone your house is empty. But on the other hand, if you just wait, if you adopt a post later rule and share all those amazing photos after you're back home, you protect your privacy, you lower those security threats, and you still get to share every single memory safely. It's such a small change, but it makes a huge difference. And you know, this whole idea of pausing before you share, it really applies to everything we see online. With AI getting so good, it is shockingly easy to create fake news, fake images, fake videos that look 100% real. So we all need a simple little toolkit to help us spot the difference between what's real and what's not. So let me ask you, when you see some shocking headline or a wild photo scrolling through your feed, what's your first move? Do you hit that share button right away? Or do you kind of stop and question it? Because that pause, that moment of hesitation, is the most important first step you can take. That pause is actually the first step in a super simple 4-part method called SIFT. First step, S is for stop. Just stop.
Before you share that crazy story, take a breath. That kind of content is designed to get an emotional reaction out of you, not to make you think. Next, I is for investigate the source. Where is this coming from? A reputable news organization or some random blog you've never heard of? Then F is for find other coverage. Can you find 2 or 3 other trusted news outlets reporting the same thing? If you can't, that's a huge red flag. And finally, T is for trace the claim or photo back to its original source. A quick search might show you that dramatic picture is actually from a totally different event 5 years ago. Using SIFT can literally stop misinformation in its tracks.
Okay, we've talked about the threats from AI photo traps to fake news online. Now for the best part, the action plan. Let's put together a really simple checklist you can use to make sure your whole trip is safe and secure from beginning to end. So before you even walk out the door, let's run through this pre-departure list. First, have that family meeting. Agree on the post-later rule together. Next, this one is so easy but so important. Turn off AirDrop or any file sharing settings before you get to the airport or hotel. Now this one is huge for students. Make a hard and fast rule to never log into school accounts like Google Classroom or Canvas on public Wi-Fi. Also, take 5 minutes and make sure your phones and tablets are all updated. Those updates patch security holes. And finally, double check that multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is turned on. That's the little code you get on your phone when you log in. Think of it like a second deadbolt on your digital front door. It's a lifesaver. And your job isn't quite done when you get home. Once you're all unpacked, do a quick security sweep. It only takes a few minutes. Just scroll through your emails and look for any of those suspicious login detected alerts that might have come in while you were gone. And if a student used a device for any schoolwork, just run a fresh virus scan to be safe. It's a simple little digital cleanup that can catch a problem before it gets big. So as you finish packing that last bag, I'll just leave you with this one final thought. We spend so much time and energy packing our suitcases and planning our routes. Let's just spend a little bit of that time making sure our digital lives are just as packed and ready for the trip. Have a fantastic and, more importantly, a safe school break.